Micklehurst Cricket Club's first team is preparing for a new season in the Greater Manchester Cricket League. The Richmond Hill side is one of 17 new clubs to have joined following the sad demise of the Pennine Cricket League after just 2 seasons. Micklehurst have been allocated a spot in Division 2A alongside Droylsden's first team and Glossop's second team. After struggling last year, the prospect of a fresh challenge in a new league fills incoming captain Johnny Forrester with confidence.
Excited. I think that's the main thing. I think getting a bit of excitement back on the field and getting the lads to enjoy the game is at the forefront of my mind. It's not all about winning and being successful. I think the way the club have been over the past probably 5 or 6 years, it's about getting lads to want to turn up and play cricket and ultimately enjoying what they do.
Brilliant stuff. So how long have you been associated with Micklehurst for?
I think first came up here when I was about 6-7 year old. My granddad brought me up here. Some will say I've never left really, yeah. So I've been through the juniors and I think made a second team appearance when I was 12-13 year old and sort of never looked back really.
So you must have a love for the club because it stretches back a long way. I'm sure you'll want to do well in Greater Manchester Division 2A this year.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, growing up as a kid, it was always the Tadworth League, playing against the local sides, your Greenfields, Staleys, Saddleworths. Obviously we then went across the Huddersfield League, which was the new venture for the club. We are approaching the Greater Manchester League now, as you say, which is a new venture for everybody really. It's exciting times. Like I say, it's a love I've got for the club. I've been away and played for a few other sides, but ultimately Micklehurst has always been in my heart, and I want to do well for the people that I know and love up here.
So just taking a look at the Greater Manchester League, obviously it's quite a new concept. I think it's in its third season now. Of course, Micklehurst for them, it will be the first season. Were you in favour of joining over winter? Yes,
I was. I think that the reports I've heard from people within cricket who I know very well, who have been associated with the GML for the first 2 seasons, have been very positive about it. I think it's worked well. I think they've got a good structure in place, a great battle for promotion and relegation, which I think that you need. So yeah, I think I was all in favour of joining this league. I think it'll be good for the club, and ultimately, like I said before, it's about bringing smiles back onto lads' faces and wanting them to enjoy cricket again.
Forrester will be joining the squad alongside overseas amateur Rico Hurley, who arrived in England early this week ahead of the season opener at Elton. Despite his short time in England, Rico already feels very much at home and is confident of helping the squad in a number of areas.
Yeah, this is also my first time coming to England, so I'm looking to make the full opportunity of it and perform good for Micklehurst Cricket Club.
So are you a batter or a bowler?
I'm a bowling all-rounder, and I can handle myself with the bat also. Hit the ball decent.
So on a personal level, what are your aims and objectives for the season?
Well, my aims and objectives is to make a family with Micklehurst, to come up with a couple of wickets. I'm not saying a couple, take about 4 or 5 wicket hauls or more, come up with about 400 runs.
Like most clubs in league cricket, Micklehurst will be looking towards a strong crop of junior players to fly the flag in a few years' time. Previous stars on the Micklehurst production line include the likes of Lancashire's Aaron Lilly, who helped Lightning to the 2020 title in 2015. Micklehurst spokesman Mark Woodhead believes nurturing youngsters provides the club with a solid footing for years to come.
From our perspective, we've got to keep hold of them, and we've got to get them while they're this age, junior school age. Once they kind of move on to senior school, they've been grabbed by other clubs, so it's really great to see so many kids here today. And we keep hold of them because without the junior section, there are no seniors going to come through. It's critical to the survival of cricket at this level. We've sold ourselves short, I think, in the last couple of years in terms of not having as many kids as we could have. So we're making a real effort to try and change that. It's a question of looking after the kids, looking after the parents, making sure that they want to be part of the club and feel part of the club, which is why we've got the offer on at the minute with the free shirts and the free hoodies, which is thanks to the sponsorships we've arranged with Byram's Lettings, Steve Byram, a former player, one of the old boys who's looking after us on that front, and also a great new sponsor in the form of Plevins in Mosley, a major employer. Good to have them on board.
With the first trip of the season to Elton on the horizon, the club, which describes itself as the cream of the Pennines, will be hoping things don't turn sour on Saturday afternoon.